Well, hey everyone, it's Shani and I am back with a thrift haul. I believe this is my sixth thrift haul of 2025. So today is Saturday, February 22nd. Sorry, I had to think about that. But I went thrifting yesterday. I got some good finds. I'm excited to show you guys what I got. And right now, everything is kind of just thrown around me. I usually like to be kind of organized and know which store I got which, but to tell you the truth, my car was a hot disaster and I just brought it all in and threw it down here. So we are gonna have fun. Whew. I always yawn on here and it's just what it is. I am catching up from no sleep hardly on my last night of work, and last night I slept so hard. I crashed and burned last night from having 2 hours of sleep the night before. So, and then I thrifted all day, which, you know, thrifting makes you tired. I'm just going to say it does make you tired. So, okay, well, let's get going. I went to the Goodwill on Thursday afternoon before I started my work shift. I started at 5 p.m. And then when I got off work Friday, got all my charting completed, I went to three more thrift stores on Friday. I went to another Goodwill, and then I went to 2 Red Racks. And if you're not familiar with Red Racks, they are, they're the DAV. They used to be called DAVs. And I think there are still some DAVs in different parts of the country, but ours switched to a Red Rack. And every once in a while, so when I went to my first one yesterday, it was a Red Rack, and I was just so like bummed. Hey, get away from them. If you hear little flutters and clucks and little chicks, I have my baby chicks, and so they're fun to listen to, but my dog is, Lou, come lay down. Lay down. Thank you. So anyway, I'm just trying to get her trained to be around them because she has somewhat of a chase drive. So this will be an experience. But if you have had a dog with a chase drive and you have trained them around chickens, let me know what you did. There's a lot of videos on how to train your dog around chickens, but not a lot when they're baby chicks. So anyway, okay, let's get to it. So I was just a little bummed because their prices are just soaring, and I'm talking like worse than Goodwill's. And so that's a little frustrating for me. But then I went to a Goodwill, got a few things you'll see, and then I went to another Red Rack. And although I spent quite a bit, I'm very happy with my purchases that I made. So the first stuff right here on top, I can tell is from the Goodwill on Thursday. And so I'm just going to show you. I picked up 2 little, I don't do a whole lot of kids clothes, but you will see kids clothes randomly in my stuff. But this is a cute little Janie and Jack, 3 to 6 months. They're just cute little cargo pants or jeans. Very cute. I only paid $158, and the only reason I got them is I got a pair of vintage Levi Strauss baby little flares, and these are 3 to 6 months too. I paid $158 for these as well. So I am gonna pair these up together in a lot. So very cute. Those Levi's were so cute. Okay, and then I got this very cool vintage handmade crocheted like cardigan vest type thing. It's only got 3 buttons on the top, and I'm trying to move around all these bags, so let me just move them. See if I can angle this maybe. like 3 buttons on the top. It kind of reminds me of like an XXL, but you can tell it's handmade, but whoever made it did a very cute job. So I'm standing on my tiptoes here. So I did pay up for this, but it was like, could you imagine trying to pay someone for their skills in a craft fair or something? They're super cute. So I did pay $7. Let me look at this. $7.87 from the Goodwill. And it's one of those things, I'm going to just take a big chance on it. But look how pretty that is. So pretty. Okay. I have got to make a pile. Here we go. I do have a massive rug in my garage, as you can see. It wouldn't fit in my house. It was in my other house when we moved here. So instead of getting rid of it, I was like, I work out in my garage all day. Let me just put it out there. It'll be nice for my feet. So there we go. And my ring light came in, so I'm super stoked that I now have a ring light. Okay, and I'm dropping stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do with these two. Excuse me. Hey, come back here, please. Thank you. I know you big girl. Okay, so these are two Y2K, very cute. They're both from Exhilaration, which is a Walmart brand, but this is a tight ribbed little, I'm gonna call this like a crop top 3/4 sleeve, and then right beside it, it was a white Exhilaration ribbed 3/4 sleeve. So cute. It's got little lace on it. I thought these two were so cute. So I might pair them together, or I might list them separately. I'm going to look up comps, but very, very, very Y2K. And I know because that is part of my life. So anyway, I paid $4.74 for this one. And I paid $4.74 for this one. So very cool. I'm gonna ask in the 20s for them each, but if I put them together, I'll see. I just think they're just Y2K. Like nothing screams louder than these two shirts. So anyway, I just felt like kind of going out on a limb and seeing how they do for me. And then this came from that same Goodwill. This is a Lily Pulitzer. It's like a cotton knee length 3/4 sleeve dress, and very cute. I could tell it was Lily Pulitzer. They actually had another dress that was Lily Pulitzer, but it was actually just one color and they wanted more for it. They only marked $6.10. And I'm sorry, I'm yawning on you all. It's not you, it's me. I promise. Okay. And then that same Goodwill, I bought a few things for myself. I paid separately, but I want to go ahead and show you. I absolutely love Vintage Champion. And so I happened to be in the men's section and I found two Vintage Champion. Look at that. Look at that tag. And it's in like pristine condition. So I found two Vintage Champion, just plain sweatshirts, and I'm gonna use them for myself. So there's one. I've got another green one. I paid $9 a piece for them, but I didn't care because I loved them. And I liked that they were, just one color. So those are for me. And then this is for me too. I'm gonna take a chance on it. This is a Zara little like flutter ruffle blouse tunic. And I'm going to try it on and see if I like it. If I don't like it, I'm going to take it back. I've already decided I'll just take it back if I don't like it, but it is Zara. I paid $7.87 for it. I'm going to be honest, I don't pick up Zara much. I used to try because at one time Zara sold pretty good. And now I just kind of don't. I did. I mean, that's totally a lie. I mean, I don't want to say I don't ever, because that's not true. I 9 times out of 10 will put Zara back. I will comp it because there are some Zara pieces that can be a little more popular. And so I do my Google Lens and look to see, you know, how much it's going for, but most pieces will just set for me. So that's just my experience with it. So, okay. I can't edit all my yawns out, so I'm really sorry. It's just my body's still trying to catch up. Okay, and then I went to the first red rack. And what did I get? Okay. I'm trying to remember what I got. And then that way it'll be easy when I'm putting it all into my system. It'll be easy for me to know this came from this store, this came from this store. Okay, so one of the great things that my family does is we, this last year we started it, we thrift gifts and for Christmas. And so I'm going to try to do that for birthdays too, if I can. So these are some personal items I got for myself. I hope you guys don't mind. Like, I just kind of like to see what other people thrift. So I hope you don't mind that I add in stuff that I buy for myself. But I got these very nice wooden coasters, and then they have an initial on them. They're not marked or anything, but they're just really nice. So that's going to be a gift for my family. And then I found a vintage Betty Crocker cookbook. Betty Crocker, like old vintage cookbooks, sell really well in my flea market booth. But I thought I might, if I can find another one, I might save these for my nieces that are teenagers. But I feel like everyone deserves to get an old Betty Crocker cookbook when they get out on their own. So, and this copyright is from 1976, but I think I paid $3.99 for this. So I did get those two at the first Red Racks. Yes, it was $3.99 because here's my receipt. Perfect. And then I got this very cool, this is like a 3-tier glass. It's got a mirror on the bottom, stand, very cool. So these actually are selling online. There's so many different kinds of this kind of thing that it's hard to find, like what a specific comp would be. This is not marked. You can tell it's older. There was one that popped up from Worth Point, but I don't feel like Worth Point is worth it to me to pay a subscription for Worth Point. So I don't subscribe yet. Maybe one day if like I'm a full-time reseller, and I'm like selling way more, maybe it would be worth it to me, but it's just not right now. So I wish I knew someone with it, like a good friend, and her and I, or we could like trade, be like, I'll make you cinnamon rolls if you let me like use your Worth Point. But anyway, I bought this for $24.98. And I debated it. The ones selling like online sell anywhere from like $60 on, from what I've kind of looked and seen. But I am going to mark this for sale, and I'm going to put it in my flea market booth. But one of the reasons why is I get so many little knick-knack figurines in my flea market booth that I thought this would be a great way to display them and kind of make them stand out and get them off of my shelves with like all these other items. And so I'm going to put this in my flea market booth, and then I will mark it for sale though. So I don't know if I'll put like 50 or 60 bucks on it, and then just hope to be able to use it for a while as a stand. So that is my thought. I almost put it back. I put it in my cart and just carried it around with me the whole time I was in the store. And then afterwards I was like, okay, I have to make a decision. So that is, I decided to bring it home with me. And then that same store, they had a 50% off like their winter, and I was really tired because, you know, I had worked that night before and got very little sleep. And I would start going down a rack, and then I would be like, okay, I'm so tired right now. I don't know, like I'm ready to go on to the next store. So I just was kind of in a bad headspace in this first one. So anyway, I was able to find this Disney 1X. It looks like it's never been worn. It was half off, so it was $5. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, so I actually, with tax, it came to $11.42, but then the half off, they minus $5.71. So it cost, you know, roughly $5-6. And it is a Disney Parks. It's got the Disney Parks label. It's got the little Mickey zipper. It looks like brand new. And, oh, it is brand new. That's another reason why I got it. It was brand new. It was new, $65 for Disney. Disney theme park merchandise. So it's actually from one of the theme parks. So that's why I decided to get it. So I'm kind of hoping, you know, $28-30 maybe. I don't know, but it's kind of this black and white fuzzy. So it's very cute. And then I got this for myself. And it is a Steve Madden. I probably wouldn't have paid this much just to post it online, but it's very nice. So it was, they had it marked for $22.98, but it was half off. And she wasn't going to give it to me at first for half off. And I was like, And she's like, well, it is kind of like, you know, people would wear this in the winter. I was like, well, that's what I was thinking. And so she did give it to me for half off. So it's a nice Steve Madden blazer. And I'll tell you, I'm going to New York in March. And so I wanted to have some really cute, I wish I could, really cute clothes to wear. And so I figured this would look really cute with my Docs. And I love blazers. I would rather wear a blazer than a jacket or a coat. So I thought it was a good deal. You know, brand new on Steve Madden, this would have been pricey. And so I like the longer length of it also. So tell me, like, would you buy this for yourself for half off? It was really nice, I thought. Okay, and then that was all at that one. And then I went to a Goodwill. And I didn't get a whole lot at the Goodwill. My last store is where I got the most. And I actually spent probably more than I've ever spent at a thrift store. So, okay. I know I talk a lot of smack on Logo by Lori Goldstein, but I always seem to pick it up because it's super hard for me not to. So, and I always find it. So Lori Goldstein, it does sell. It doesn't sell what it used to, but it is a pricier, like, QVC brand. You get them on QVC. So I found this dress. It's a size 3X. It's just a very cute ruffle t-shirt dress. It's a midi length. I call it midi length. Ruffle t-shirt dress. And so I found it. They had it for $6.10. And I thought, do I want to get this? And then right next to it was another one. And it's kind of this cute tie-dye. Very cute. They have the pockets in them. And so that's the only reason. And I thought, you know, I could lot these up. It's a 3X is a great size. Plus size clothing can do pretty well. So I went ahead and took a chance on this because I was striking out on some other stuff. So I got those at the same Goodwill. I found this cool, rare, vintage milk, baby milk. Well, it says baby. It's a Brookfield. And it says baby, and then it says top. But I had never seen a old milk jug like this before. My dad, I sent him a picture. He said he had, but I Google lensed it because when I first saw it, I thought, are you okay? When I first saw it, I thought, I've never seen something like this. It has to be vintage. And then I did my Google lens and it did pop up. So it looks like these are selling anywhere 20 some to $30. There was one on Etsy for $99. But my kitchen, I love cobalt blue in my kitchen. And so I think I'm going to hang on to this. But I did pay up for it. I paid $10.77. But maybe you guys have seen this before. I have not. I've never seen one of these before. I'm in the Midwest. If I haven't been paying attention. And then someone that's very close to me, she's kind of like a second mom. I sent her a picture asking her if she'd ever seen one. And she said she's seen a clear one, but not a cobalt blue one. So anyway, very kind of cool find. I thought it was neat, just hanging out at the Goodwill by itself on a shelf. So there's that one. And then something else I bought for myself. I keep saying for myself, a couple more things. I decided to pick this up for myself. I'm obsessed with athletic clothing. I love the way they fit me. I love the way they feel. I hate the cost. So whenever I'm thrifting and I find some athletic pieces for me, I'm so excited. But this is kind of a bronzy metallic vest. And if you watch me at all, you see me in vests quite a bit. So I did go ahead and pick this up for myself. I figured it'd be great for walking and hiking, especially now. But very cool piece. I paid up for it. I paid $20 for it, but the only reason I did that is I was buying it for myself. I would not have paid that much to resell. I did look them up. They seem to sell on eBay anywhere from, what were they selling for? Like $40 to $60, just depending on what it was, which kind of vest. But it's kind of a puffer vest. Are you okay? Huh? Are you saying hi? They don't get to see you very often. Yeah. She loves to be curious on my finds. And then you all also know that I love my overalls, just as I'm wearing a pair. And these were this was hanging on the dress section, but they were in the extra smalls. And I just happened to see them hanging there because, you know, I love overalls. And I was looking, thinking I was interested in getting a pair of overalls to sell. And then I noticed they were roughly my size. They are American Eagle size XLs. They are like these plum corduroys. Dream. I love these. I'm hoping they fit me. So I picked these up for myself. So I don't have, well, I have some kind of whitish ones. So I paid $18.66, but I paid them, it's for me. So I'm okay with that. So I did get those at the Goodwill. And then my next haul is another red rack. And I walked into this. I almost didn't go, guys. I almost did not go to this red rack. I was tired. I thought it's almost dinner time. And I'm just really tired. And I wanted to just come home, get my pajamas, and go to bed. But I went ahead and went because I was like, it's like across the street. Why would I not go there? So I'm going to save the best thing for last. So please stick with me. I don't think you'll be upset to see it. Okay, so starting off first, the cheapest item is this very cute homemade, it was $2.99 little rooster. I was maybe going to put this in my flea market booth. You can tell it's like a homemade stained glass. But I will tell you, my husband, of all people, was like, oh, you're not going to hang that on the little chicken coop? And I was like, you have an amazing idea. Yes, I'm going to do that. So I'm actually going to hang this up. I thought it was so cute. The next item I got is this vintage, I believe it's an Ellie Smith, like apothecary canister. I believe this is the middle one, or one of the middle ones, but there is a chip in the lid. I paid $12.98 for this. This size canister by itself sells around $20. So I love the canister. I love the set. Green is my favorite color. So truthfully, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I think I'm going to put it in my flea market booth because it makes more sense with, not making as much on it, not having to hassle with shipping it. So anyway, I couldn't leave it. That's the thing. I just could not leave it. I was really hoping the others were with it, but they weren't. And then I found this very cool vintage Lillian Vernon carousel. And maybe you're thinking, what the heck is that? I paid $22.98. So this is, it even has the paperwork with it, y'all. These I think were made in the 80s. I did some research on them. But essentially how these work is these candles, you kind of got to get the bottoms warm, to make them fit good in there. But the candles heat and it creates the wheel to spin. And when that does, this whole thing spins. And now that I'm saying that, oh, here we go. This whole thing spins. The problem with mine is the bottom cap where this pole goes down is missing. So we'll need someone that's creative to kind of get a cap for it. Because you could literally just spin it if that cap is there. So very cool piece. I comped it because I was like, I'm not going to. This is the kind of stuff I absolutely adore. I love this. So I did run comps. I Google Lensed it. And look at all these little wooden. They remind you of all the wooden Christmas ornaments, don't they? Super cute. This is an Easter. So it's the craziest looking thing, right? Crazy looking thing, but okay. So I paid 22 bucks and some change for it. So we're going to talk about sell-through rate. I don't really talk about sell-through rate. I make comments about it. But when we look at sell-through rate, it's how fast is something selling and like what's the percentage of this item selling. So when you look up something, just type in. So I went to eBay and I typed in Lillian Vernon vintage carousel. Now they make really cool Halloween. Their Halloween carousel it's very, very cool. But I think I did not see any of them listed. I saw some of them sold. So essentially, Lily and Vernon, they created different carousels for different seasons. Okay. So when you look up just Lily and Vernon carousel, wooden carousel, you get 92 of them listed. So I'm like, okay, well then what you do is you filter and you hit sold because you want to see how many have sold. So when you do that, or when I did that, 112 of them had sold. So there's 92 listed and there's more sold. So some resellers will say, well, that's over 100% because you have more listed than, or you have more sold than listed. But the way eBay calculates that is you have to take, other people would say there's not over 100%. 100% is the top. We're not getting extra credit in here. So how eBay calculates it is you take what's listed, the number listed, the number sold, which come to 204. Then you divide the solds, which is a 55% sell-through rate, which is very, very good. So like other people who would think, oh, it's over 100%, like it should sell super quick, right? So a 55% sell-through rate, if you calculate it the way eBay calculates it, that's pretty dang good. That's pretty dang good. So the solds are anywhere from 60 up. Most of them are selling in the $60 to $75 range. There's some on Etsy that are listed for like $200. I paid $22 for it. You can take it apart. I actually put it together, so you can take it apart for shipping and it wouldn't be so bad. You could pad it and things. So I do think I'm going to list it online because the sell-through rate is fantastic. Really, I kind of consider anything over, I mean, you guys see me list stuff all the time and it has a horrible sell-through rate. Do what I say, not what I do. But this had a really good sell-through rate. And that's the only reason I spent that much money is because when I looked at the solds, and I saw, when just on first glance, if you see that there's more solds than there are listed, that's a good sell-through rate. Like pick that item up because you're probably going to sell it in the next 3 months. So anyway, that's kind of sell-through rate in a nutshell. I hope it's clear as mud for you because I constantly learn about things like sell-through rate and comps and just, yeah. So anyway, that is how I looked up, am I going to buy this item? And that's how I looked it up. I looked at the sell-through rate of the item, which is 55%, which is pretty dang good. So it's amazing. Actually, that's an amazing. Okay. So I also picked up this old vintage wooden, I'm going to call it a salt, a little salt rack, salt cabinet. What do they call them? Salt container. It's like the shape of a salt container. It's got the little hole that you can hang on your wall. A lot of the old ones say salt on it. Very cool. There's imperfections. I'm just going to use my wood oil and kind of shape it up. But I did pay up. I paid $8.99. Old salt containers can sell $20 to $40, just depending on what you've got. I do not expect this to sell, a ton. It's definitely aged. But one thing I know, I wasn't going to let this go to the landfill. Look how old this is. Like, so pretty. I was really like, this would look so cute in my kitchen somewhere, but truthfully, I don't know what I would do with it. Look at these nails on the inside. I might actually put it in my flea market booth, but it'd be so easy to ship was my only thing. So I'll do some more comps on it and just kind of see. I don't know. It's just really cool. You don't see these a whole lot. So I did pay up for it though. And then this, I love the books at this red rack. I'm going to actually set these up here. I am really starting to read. So I picked up some books for myself. Look at that. I think my niece will love it. She loves decorating cookies. Very just cool. I know this will sell in my flea market booth. And then a really nice, for those of you that know who John Piper is, this book looks like it's never been read. So most of the books there are $3.99 or $2.99. I believe these are all hardback, so I believe they were $3.99 each. So, and if you're like me and you want like an actual book in your hands, and I do not like to scroll. Kind of one of the weird ones, I guess. I do not like to scroll, so. Yes, they were $3.99. She did give me some of them for $2.99, so that's good news. So, all right, and then I got this little beauty. Look at this quilt, so cute. Butterflies. Now this is pretty wrecked in some spots, and so they put as is. It's in their vintage shop for $28. I am starting to collect some old quilts because I want to do some sewing with some old quilts. So that is one of the reasons why I bought this. I would love to make some like stockings with old quilts, things of that nature. So look at that. And that's so gorgeous. It looks like it's maybe a double. But anyway, I think I got a good deal on it. Old quilts, you can't, this was hand stitched. So a sewing machine did not quilt this. This was hand quilted. You can just tell. It's hand quilted. And it's so amazing. I don't know. The thought of ripping it, just ripping it up to use it for other stuff. I'm like, do I really want to do that? I don't know. So I got not one, but two. Now this one's not as like cool as that one, I don't feel like, but it's so pretty. This is like a double or a queen as well. So it is embroidered though. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? And that's what each of its blocks look like. They all look the same. Very pretty. I paid $27 for that one. I'm pretty sure. Yes. So with tax, it came to $29.10. I found this really cool bag of vintage matchsticks. Here's a crazy thing. I needed some matchsticks for a gift. Did you know you can buy stickers now with the little striker? It's like round stickers with a striker. So what I'm doing is I'm finding old vintage jars that are in thrift stores, and I'm putting one of the strikers on it and then filling it, and then you can give it with a candle. It's kind of a really cool gift idea. So these diamonds are the ones I like because they're like the quick strike. But then I also got all these vintage matchbooks with it. So I figured I'll keep the ones I want and then I'll resell the vintage ones in my flea market booth. But I paid $4.99 for the whole thing. So very cool. The girl's like, do you collect matchbooks? I was like, no, I don't. Okay, now on to the clothes. We are almost done. I'm telling you, I'm going to save the best one for last. And I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to like it. Okay, so Denim & Supply. I know I've talked about Denim & Supply. I do not see it often. And Denim & Supply is one of the lines of Ralph Lauren. They no longer make it. So people seek Denim & Supply out. I sold a blouse I had it listed. It's really cool. It had like an Indian chief on it. I believe I sold it for like $35 or $36. That was the last one I had found. So I didn't want to pay up for this, but I did. I paid $9 for this one, but it's so pretty. It's like boho-y. So I'm hoping $28 on this, but I did pay up. It's just, it's nice to me. It's nice to have this kind of stuff in your closet because it's one of a kind pieces. People can't find it anymore. So no, I didn't want to pay $9.99. I actually was thinking, I was like, I need to go back to the bins. It's been so long, but you know, should I have paid up for this? I mean, if it sells fast, like, yeah, but, I was kind of kicking myself in the butt once I did, because I was like, Shannon, just because it's a Gentleman's Supply doesn't mean you need to pay $9 for it. I would have rather paid $5. Okay. But what's done is done. and it's going to get listed now. So anyway, really pretty. I love the little paisley red on it. These are one of a kind pieces that you will not hardly find. And this set I did pay up for, and it looks hardly worn. I paid $22.98 as a matter of fact in their vintage shop, but this is a vintage graph. Look, you can tell it was barely worn, size 10. And this is a vintage vest with a midi skirt, a pleated wool mini skirt. Anytime you find vintage with elastic, do the test, because if it's going, the elastic is bad. So the elastic was perfect on these. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? Ugh, orange, yellow, gray, and white. So pretty. Hand wash or machine wash in warm water. Very cool. So just a really cool piece. And I can see someone in this right now. It's just, I feel like we're kind of blessed right now. We're in an era where you can pretty much wear whatever you want. I mean, I really feel like that. Like, if you want to be 1960, go for it. Be 1960. If you want to be Y2K, go for it. Be Y2K. Like, I just feel like we're just in this era. We're kind of blessed as resellers because there's something out there for everyone right now. So just pick some good items and go for it. But how cool is that? I mean, you've got to love this. Like, I just think this is so amazing. So anyway, I'm probably going to list this high. This is kind of a one of a kind piece. I'm going to put it on my mannequin. I actually need to just go do it today. And, I'm trying to think of what I want to list it at. It's really hard I will Google Lens it to see if I can find anything similar. But that's the thing with these kind of pieces. You're not going to find, like, you might find something similar. But if you find that exact one, it's going to be very rare. Just because, it's so long ago and just such a cool piece. So I actually was thinking like $75 on this. Maybe more, depending on what the comps look like on similar pieces. So Etsy's kind of hard. I feel like there's a couple Etsy sellers that I follow and they mark their clothing up. Like, they're like a vintage dress like that would go for $200, and they sell. Because they have built that's their store. They have built their store up. They have returning customers that always come back. They always sell quality pieces, and I just love their stores too. Their pictures are always amazing. So I feel like if that's your niche, then you probably can do really well. Like, someone else could probably list that pretty high. So I don't want to be like non-competitive, but I have to also be realistic. I don't want to hold on to that one piece for, a decade trying to get rid of it. So, okay. This piece I got and my husband was like, I like it. So he actually might hang on to this. And I said, if you really want to, you can. But this is a vintage Levi's. I did get this for half off. It was $19.99. So I got it for $10. It's a vintage red label Levi. And it's a men's size XL. And it's this amazing denim pearl snap Western shirt. Look at that. I mean, it is amazing. It's thick. It's the jean material. Just simply amazing. I saw one of these posted for around it was like 60 some bucks. I'm sure there's some people that would sell it for less. But if he decides he doesn't want it, I'm going to go high on this. I don't know did I show you the label? Very cool piece. So, and I paid, like I said, $10 for it. And then, drum roll, my best find. I've not found Burberry before, and I found it yesterday. And it was one of my last items I found. And I was going through the coats. And so yesterday was kind of a special day for me. It's the day I lost my grandma 14 years ago. And so I did not want to just stay at home. That's one of the reasons why some people are probably like, why didn't you just stay home and take a nap? Because I didn't sleep the night before. I didn't want to stay home. I wanted to go do something and just remember her. It's like the one day a year that it's, yes, it's the day I lost her, but it's just important for me to do something that she would have loved to do with me. And she loved to thrift. She was just the kind of grandma you could call her and be like, hey grandma, I'm going to run to town. I'm going to run to Walmart and get groceries. Do you want to go? Yep. Just let me get my shoes on. And you just swing by and get her. And she was just so the best grandma. She was the best grandma. And so yesterday, one of the reasons I went is because I was like, I don't want to stay in this house and just be sad and, just lay around and be lazy. I want to go out because she would want to go. And so I went. And so I yesterday when I found this, I was like, that was grandma right there. Like grandma was like, put this in this girl's, because I wasn't really like paying attention to the coats. And I just happened to turn down this aisle and I had this thought of, okay, well, I guess these are 50%. And then I saw the tag. Burberry Brit. And I was like, I was like, are you kidding me right now? And so it is a Burberry puffer coat. It is a women's large. And they had it marked for $89.98. And I got it for half off. So I can't believe it was there, you guys, even at $90. So, I mean, this is just designer, like, I don't know, maybe I should keep it. It's pretty freaking nice, but just a really, really nice coat. Super nice. Ugh. Anyway, so I did pay up for it. I paid, 40 whatever dollars. But I am hoping to sell this for maybe 175, 200 maybe, or listing it for that much. The inside is amazing. I know we're not in coat season, or I guess we still are, but we're coming out of it. There's just like there's some little tiny flaws or something kind of snagged the inside, but nothing significant. It's polyester. The filling is goose down. And yeah, I need to kind of research and see what it's running for. Now, there are some Burberry coats listed really high. But I did look to see, okay, what are they selling for right now? And there was one similar that was like around $200. It says Burberry on the, so anyway, I just was, yeah, so it just made my whole trip. I was on a high when I filmed this, and then it was like, you know, then I went and ate Taco Bell and crashed after I left. So anyway, that is my haul, y'all. Thanks for sticking around. I know it's a little, you know, we're at 50 minutes, but I don't know. What do you think? What do you think of the Burberry? I don't find those things very often. You all know I don't, but I think I found some good pieces, and I'm excited to get them listed. And thanks for joining. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you are not a subscriber, and I'll see you later.